Hey everybody, my name is Ben Hughes. I'm a manager of product strategy or payer strategy here at Crossover under the product organization. Today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about some really high-level concepts on value-based care as they pertain to our Aetna contract. So if you're watching this, you might be working at one of the Seattle clinics and might be seeing Aetna patients. We have a new value-based care type of arrangement with Aetna. This new and exciting allows us to capture some of the value that we're generating across the healthcare system. But while most things are, the vast majority of things are going to remain the same, there are just a few concepts that you should be knowledgeable about just in case they do come up in conversations. So again, this will be really short. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me to learn more. So I'm going to present my screen. Okay. You guys can see that. Make sure. Yeah, okay. All right, so just really quick, we're going to cover 4 topics today: attribution, total cost of care, and the incentive payment, our performance guarantees for Aetna, and coding. So I'll try and move through those as quickly as possible. Really quickly, attribution might be a familiar concept to you, it might not. The way that we get paid for Aetna is we get a per member per month fee, similar to our other clients. But there's 2 main differences. One is that we get an incentive payment on top of that, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And then 2, we only get this payment for what are called attributed members. So what does that mean? Attributed member basically means that that member has seen us more than any other PCP for their primary care. So what Aetna does is it looks across its claims and it says, okay, who's got the most PCP claims? If that's crossover, then we will earn attribution. If it's another PCP, then that PCP earns attribution. If it's a tie, it goes to whoever has the most claims most recently. So I won't walk through all these examples right here, but I'll just maybe use the first one. The key thing to know here is that only PCP E&M codes count for this. So that means that it's really important to get a member in for primary care when it's appropriate. So here in this example, we have a new member and then they have a preventive visit in May. That means that we earn attribution starting in July because it's set on a quarterly basis and it kind of rolls through until that attribution changes. So key points here, we earn attribution for primary care visits, not for anything else. And 2, making sure that we submit those claims appropriately so that we get credit for those visits is really important. Okay. So again, the next major piece that's different about Aetna versus our other employer contracts is this incentive payment. The incentive payment basically is a shared savings payment. So if you are familiar with value-based care and you've heard of shared savings, the concept's pretty familiar to that. So with the shared savings payment, what that means is that at the end of each year, Aetna looks at our attributed members. It says, hey, we have a projection for what we think the total cost of care for those members should be. How did we actually do? And if Crossover managed to hold the total cost of care below the projection, that we would generate savings, and we earn 50% of those savings, up to $40 PMPM. So that's like that is the shared savings component. It also included in that is shared risk. If the cost of our attributed members is above the projection, then we actually owe 50% of that back to Aetna, up to $30 PMPM. So it's a shared risk upside and downside arrangement. This just means if for us that we have a care model that produces total cost of care savings, but we need to be extra diligent because every dollar that we can save versus a projection that Aetna gives us is $1 or it's 50 cents that we get to keep as additional revenue for us. So managing the health and the value of the care that our members are receiving is really important. So things like navigating members to high value specialists are going to become increasingly important. This is just a side note we're hoping to have the highest percentage possible members attributed, but in the cases where we don't have a member attributed, we will still earn revenue. It will just be on a per visit basis. So again, this is just increasing importance of those claim submissions, just in the off chance that they're not attributed to Crossover. We need that claim in order to receive our payment. Okay, so let me see. I think that covers my first big two topics. I think the last ones are in regards to performance guarantees. So in order to earn all of our shared savings, we have performance guarantees, similar to how we earn our management pieces of our management fee for employers. Those performance guarantees are overlapping largely with similar metrics that we already track today. They're things like controlling blood pressure or controlling A1C levels for diabetics, colorectal cancer screenings, and generic prescribing rates and member engagement. That's the last piece. So they should be things that we're already doing well on. They're just good to be cognizant of, again, because they're a prerequisite to us earning that shared savings. And then I think that pretty much covers it. Again, there's a lot more detail behind this. This is meant to be a very fast, very high level overview. I'm sure you have questions. If you have any, please don't hesitate to reach out, introduce yourself. Be happy to answer them and cover them in more detail. All right. Thank you for your time today. And thank you for all the great work.